Hello and welcome to Kelly's Cooking on the Cheap. Today I thought I would just bring you along to my uneventful day of cooking. I'm mostly going to be prepping a few things for the week and to finish off the produce that I had gotten a couple weeks ago from the produce box that I had shown earlier videos. I just wanted to prep them, put them in the freezer before they went bad, and that way they don't go to waste and I don't have to buy each time and then further produce goes to bad. So and a few other things along the day, so we'll just see where this video takes us. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and peel the carrots, and then once I get that, then I'll go ahead and wash them off along with the celery. But I've got most of my shopping done for this 2 weeks. I just have to go here in a couple this afternoon to Sam's to get a few things, and then I did save some money back for milk later in the week, or any produce I need before next pay period. And it's got me thinking as well, kind of looking ahead to my pantry, and maybe I'll show you my pantry on what there's one section that's really needing some love, as in stocking up. So I've got to keep that in mind for my next shopping trip. And do you guys ever have trouble coming up with what to fix? If you're like me, I get tired of making the same old. And granted, this next week and a half, I'm going to be making a couple things that I haven't made in a while. But yet, I left a couple days open because it's called life, things happen, and I got to push a meal back. But on the flip side, like I just said, I don't know what to make. So I did buy an extra package of chicken that was marked down, threw it in the freezer, just to have that. I'm thinking about maybe making a chicken stew of sorts. And also looking as I've got extra hamburger in there as well. So we'll see what I come up with. So I've also, when I was shopping, I did get a few other deals, and I think I showed you one earlier in the week, which was the breadsticks, New York breadsticks, a box of 12, discontinued for a box of 12, or for $2. What I also got that I didn't show you was a Kroger brand, store brand, of the mini pancake and sausages, the breakfast thing, again for $2. And we ended up doing that after my boy's football game that he actually got to dress for, because he had to sit out at the beginning because of his knee. Finally got cleared, and he had to make 8 practices before he got to dress. So we went. So by the time we got home, it was too late to really cook. So we had that and some scrambled eggs. And what I'm going to cook up for my husband and I for a lunch, at least for tomorrow. So I found some packages of hot dogs, I think marked down to like 52 cents. So I'm going to fry them up. And I pulled out a couple tortillas, if anything, my husband can eat on those, and then I'll probably just take the dogs with me and whatever other sides. So, again, just do what the good deals you can find and plan accordingly. Well, I've got these, and like I said before, these, as I was about to say celery sticks, but carrot sticks, these are huge. So, they've been in my fridge, so I just want to use them up. And I'm just going to put it in a couple of baggies of carrot and celery mixture. That way I've got it to cook, whether in soup or some kind of casserole that calls for it. So I'm about done here. One more, and we'll call it done on the carrots peeling. I will say I've been impressed with the produce spots that we had gotten as the fundraiser. It's lasted a good couple of weeks. Probably the only thing I was disappointed with was the grapes that we had gotten, because it was, they were soft. They were near the end, so we had to hurry up and eat those. But otherwise, everything has been good. Yeah, and we've got 3 russet potatoes left that I'm going to peel along with some other potatoes that I had gotten at Sam's for some mashed potatoes with dinner tonight. So I'm going to, while I'm peeling, and before I take my trash out, I'm going to peel those and get them ready to go for later. And as much as I like my Instant Pot for potatoes, I'll probably just do the regular potatoes over the stove today. So here's that. Let me get these washed off, and then we'll go to, so that's good. So I'm going to bring a couple over at a time and start chopping. Better get me a knife. That would really help. All right. So I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Not too bad. I'm glad to finally seeing our temps possibly getting a little cooler after tomorrow. I think I'll be throwing a party if it does actually make it down to the 70s. We'll see. What's the weather like everywhere everybody else is at, huh? So, let's see, how small am I going to get these today? Yeah, I've been thinking about today on what kind of series I should do. Whether it be, I know I've done a ton of soups lately, but I didn't know about maybe doing some casseroles or pasta dishes or just hodgepodge. I would love your feedbacks on what you might like to see done, on tricks on what to do, because I'm running out of ideas. I would love to hear your ideas of what everybody's go-to is. So we'll come back here in a few. These carrots are huge, and I'll show you how much I got it down to. Last night I did what was left of the onions to freeze, and I'll have to bring them out here in a little bit and show you how much I ended up with. It's quite a bit. And I will say the kitchen smelled like onions for quite a while. All right, we'll be back. Okay, I'm just down to 3 carrots left, and what I've gotten cut so far, here's how much it's made. I might have to make a 3rd bag. We'll see, depending on the celery. Like I said, these are big ones, so it's taken a little while to get them cut. I almost like green peppers better to cut because they're a little softer to cut through. So what's on everybody's menu plan for this evening? We're going to be doing sausage and kraut, which I'll show you after a while. It's nothing easy. You just throw it in a pot and go. My boy likes it. And something easy, something that I've grown up with, as well as my husband. So just passing it on down to my boy. Granted, not that I really need potatoes, but it's what I grew up with. Mashed potatoes and peas. It is good, but I can only do it in moderation. So, well, there went some of it. And it's right after my boy cleaned the floor, so I'll have to go back and clean up after myself, huh? It's probably a good thing I don't have a dog, or he'd be in here eating it. Or trying to, at least. Some of them are still big chunks, but that is all right. You never know. If I do the soup, it'll be the right bite-sized pieces. I'm afraid I'm going to cut off a finger. I don't know if I've said on this channel or not, but if I'm going to eat carrots, I prefer cooked, while the rest of the guys like regular carrots. I think from what my mama had said when I was little, I always liked soft foods better than having to chew. Alright, so when we come back, I'll go through, you can see me do the celery. Alright, so we're back with this celery, and I ended up going ahead and putting it into 3 bags. That way I've got room for the celery. And I would save back the scraps from the celery and carrots and put in the freezer for whenever next time I do broth. But if you were to see my freezer, I'm running out of room. So I'm going to have to wait till next time. So basically I'm just going to cut my celery down in half. And that should be good enough. Move these out of the way. Maybe do about 3 stalks per bag, and I might adjust accordingly. Crunch, crunch. Like I've said before, celery's not my favorite, but I'll eat it. If it's in soup and stuff, I'll eat it, but not by itself. Once I get done chopping this up, I'll grab the, if I can grab it, the onion and show you. Basically, if I can't get them, the onion's about 1.5 bags of these worth that I cut up last night. There's one. I might do this one 3 times. All right. I have a pain doing this all now, but it'll be worth it when I need this. It'll save on my budget when I need it, because I'll already have it. And I'll just pull it out of the freezer. I guess, well, the one beneficial thing from shopping most of it every 2 weeks, granted some throughout as I need it, is less time in the grocery store and having what I need. But the downside is my freezer can't handle it. My husband might come home one day with me and melt down to let's see. I'm gonna throw a little celery in this last bag. And here I am with my mixture of carrots and celery. And that'll be ready in the freezer. Yay! You don't know how many times I've just let celery and carrots go to waste. So I decided this is going to get done. That way I'm not wasting food. Alright. So there I am. 3 packs of celery and carrots. What I might do here before I throw them in the freezer is just to shake them up a little bit and maybe get them a little bit better mixed. But we'll come back here in a little bit. I've got to run to Sam's before they close, and then when I get back we'll continue meal prepping for the week. Hey, I'm back. Did my quick trip to Sam's real quick. I just pretty much needed to get yogurt, cheese, and bananas. But I'm back working on grapes, clean those up for the week, and then potatoes. But first I wanted to show you the onions I was telling you about that I had cleaned or cut up yesterday. Here's how much I had cut up. So I'm good on veggies. Should last me a while. And hopefully a month, but we'll see. Depends on what I come up with. But these grapes I got at Aldi, I believe it was yesterday, on sale. $1.29. That's probably about the cheapest I've seen in a while. So hopefully they are good. I go between liking green and red, or try to alternate it as well. Again, if you're just tuning in, It's just a hodgepodge video, kind of prepping for the week of some stuff. That way, I've got meeting tomorrow, band meeting tomorrow. Boys got football this week, so I think at least I'm planning on doing one video that I was hoping to do last week, but things got pushed back, so we'll probably make it this week at some point. It's one of my boys' favorites that I had. It's out of a keto cookbook. My husband liked it at first, but he's not his big favorite anymore. But he'll eat it. And something healthy that my boy likes, I'm more likely going to try and fix it for him. Some of these grapes feel weird, but we'll give them a shot. That potato soup, if you watch the video on that, I ended up having extra mashed potatoes in the freezer that I had made. I ended up putting it in it just to help thicken it up. So, and on that, if you watch it, another tidbit to do is if you don't have enough potatoes to cut up and you tend to need something to thicken it up, another idea is to use instant potatoes. If you have that on hand, just throw it in there and help thicken it up. I didn't even think about that when we were doing it. Sometimes I love homemade mashed potatoes, but sometimes it's just easier to make instant, and they've seemed to make them a lot better quality than they used to. So it's just cost depending on what you can afford. The red potatoes I showed you a little bit ago, it was an 8-pound bag for under $5 at Sam's, which is a pretty good deal. I like, my favorite ones are the yellow, but it was a little bit more, so I just went cost savings this week, went with the red ones. So I've got all these out. There's all the grapes. I'm going to wash them off real quick. I like this because it holds, goes over the sink, and I could just spray her and we're good to go. But give it a little bit of a toss. My boy has been busy with his YouTube channel this weekend, kind of playing catch up from being gone quite a bit lately. And his YouTube channel is JP Sports Corner, I believe. If you want to check it out, he's been giving his predictions over the last couple of weeks. Here, after a while, you'll see me get the rest of dinner together and throw it in the oven. So let me get my pan. Here's my pan. Let me rinse these off. I don't know, I might have to make more taters next time we have it. We'll see. At least with potatoes, if you buy a big pack like I did, it'll last you a while, and they're so versatile you can make a bunch of dishes out of them. Granted, they're not the healthiest, but they're good. Alright, so I'm gonna get it cut up. I don't know how you guys do it if you keep them whole or dice them up. Whichever works best for you. Again, I do like using the Instant Pot, but for not needing a lot, I'm just doing them over the stove if I don't lose them. I do like these pans that I'm using. I got them off of Amazon. They're called brand's Red Chef. I like them a lot. They heat up a lot quicker than my older ones do. And I like that the handles come detached. And these come with lids because you could just, say if you were to make potato salad, it comes with a lid and you could just kind of do it all in one pot. One more to cut. All right, let me get water over these. That way they'll be ready to go. I usually fill up the pot just to hair over the potatoes. Alright, so we got that ready. So if you want to come join me over here, we're going to heat up our lunch. So give me a minute. Alright, I got my pan heated up. I'm going to make some fried hot dogs. And I don't have any hot dog buns. But I did pull, like I mentioned earlier, I did pull out a couple tortillas if my husband wants to use that. Or there's naan bread in the freezer. But I might just take mine and eat as is. Don't know if I really want bread. A lot of carbs. Alright. Come on. Yeah, like I said, here's the brand I got at Kroger, Stahlmeyer, and they were marked down to 54 cents. So it's like, why not? These are, again, not the healthiest lunch, but I'm just trying to throw a little variety in it. And it's like, I'm tired of what we normally have, so it's like, I need a break. The other package I got, I'll probably throw it in the freezer at some point this week once I can clear out some. Come on, dog, stay open. Hello, come on, stay. Growing up, I always liked the boiled hot dogs. I think that was my favorite. Boiled with ketchup. But now, there's a store from where my husband's at. It's kind of a craft / coffee / consignment type store, and they have a lot of Amish made stuff, and one of the things there is hot mustard. Now I will take that any day of the week. One hot dog, it looks like it's about 6 grams of protein, 3 carbs, which I guess isn't too bad, and then 7 fat. I know today's video is not very exciting, but you gotta do what you gotta do to prep for the week. Going back to the potatoes. I've tried making homemade potato salad one time. It didn't really turn out. I miss my mom's. So we'll come back here after a while and check on the hot dogs and see what else we get our hands into. Alright, I'm on my second round of hot dogs in here. The first one I got in the dish. So I'm just going to cook these up. And in the meantime, while these are cooking, I've got my oven heated for the sausage and kraut, I'm heating it up to 375. And once I get that dish in there, then I'm going to go ahead and start my potatoes. And then I'll just cook the sausage and kraut until the potatoes are done. This time around, what was on sale was the turkey smoked sausage from the Eckrich. I also, if I can catch it on sale, I like to get the Johnsonville andouille sausage. I think it is. It's pretty good and it has a little kick to it. I bought 2 packages of these, just depending if we have enough for a second round without having to get into it. I'll just go to the freezer. If not, I'll cut it up. I'm going to go ahead and get these cut up. I like this dinner as well because it's easy to throw together, honestly. And if you're not a homemade potato kind of person, you could always do like the Bob Evans container of mashed potatoes, instant, whichever. Alright, there's the sausage. And I had gotten a couple cans of this sauerkraut. I bought the 2 cans at Kroger, and then when I went to Aldi, they had a bigger one for the price of one. Go figure. So I'm just going to put 1 can in here. Stir it up. And then, granted the oven's not all the way heated yet, I'm just going to go ahead and throw it in and let it be cooking. I usually keep the lid on. And here we come. So let's go back to the hottie dogs. I did throw out a post about a month ago because I was making Rice Krispie treats. Are you a person who likes peanut butter in the Rice Krispies treats or no? If you get a chance, would you mind going and filling that out for me? And if you want to make a comment of what you like to in your Rice Krispies other than peanut butter, let me know. I'd be happy to try it. Oh, let me get the potatoes going. And, alright, I say they're done. So I'm just going to add these 2 here. Let it cool. Once it's cool, I'll probably get mine ready for lunch. and then put them in the fridge. And there we go. And that's lunch probably for a couple days. Usually for lunches, I'll do lunch meat every so often. Tuna, which they did have a good sale last week on tuna. What else? Oh, and then leftovers from the freezer, which I need to pull out some. Let's see, chili probably be coming out of the freezer this week. So that's usually our lunch for the week. So we'll come back once dinner's about ready, and you'll see me finish up and dish up and see how it looks. All right, here is the final part of our video for this evening. It's our sausage and kraut with mashed potatoes and green peas. And as you notice, I don't have too much kraut on my plate because I'm not a big fan anymore like I used to be. But I hope you enjoyed our video. If you liked, please like and subscribe and hit the little bell for notifications for whenever I post anything. I appreciate you and have a good evening. See you all later.